Good evening.
How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good.
So, to jump this off, who is Money?
Money is he's an artist, he's a father, a graphic designer, a leader, a pastor, a son, and many, many more.
Money is a Renaissance man.
Oh, yeah.
Just wear many hats.
Oh yeah.
That's what's up. So, where did money come from?
Money actually came to me as I had an encounter with God in my apartment. You know, when I committed my life to God, I was sitting in my apartment, and I just heard the voice of God tell me to go to the dictionary. And when I went to the dictionary, He told me to look up the definition for money. And the first three words I seen was medium of exchange. And with that, God revealed to me that He wanted to use me as His medium of exchange to declare His message to the world. And you know, ever since that day, just to make a long story short, that's just been the mantle that I've been carrying.
That's deep. I like that. So, how was it going from secular music to a more gospel-based Christian music, or what do you call it?
You know, you can refer to it as gospel. I do refer, if I have to put a label on it, kingdom music. But it came natural, and I believe it came natural because the thing about it is that art is life, and art is a reflection of life. And seeing that my life had a transformation, it's just organic for my art to do the same thing. You know, for people that tend to try to make it seem like it's a challenge, I kind of, you know, get them the side eye and look at where they heart at when it comes to stuff like that. You know, because the word of God says that the mouth speak what the heart is full of. So, you know, if your heart is full of this particular message, that's what's gonna come out. You know, if your heart is full of hate, then you're gonna project hate. If your heart is full of love, then that's what you're gonna spread.
Okay. So, going from secular to gospel, you made a statement about in your heart what's going to be projected. A lot of artists nowadays say that music is based on what we live, what we go through. So, is that basically the same thing as what your heart is projecting, or is it projecting something that you would rather have? Like, how do you feel about that?
With the music that I do right now, currently?
Well, you do, and music that you see being done, like.
Oh, you know, music like right now, man. These cats ain't even talking no more. They mumbling. You know, it lacks substance, you know, period. But hip hop really is like a death culture. Like, it just promotes death to the fullest, you know. And that's why, you know, people, you know, or artists such as myself is needed, you know, at least to give a balance. You know, you have all of this negativity, you know, and the power and the impact and influence that music has on minds. You know, it's gonna project through the actions of our people. So, you know, it's a reason, I believe it's a systemic and institutional reason why we're seeing more negative music than positive music. And, you know, I don't even want to put myself in the category of negative and positive. You know, the music that I declare is music that's coming straight from the throne room. So, you know.
I like that you said it's systematic, because I do believe with the media you do see a lot more negative going on than positive. So what are you doing? What is Money doing to put out more kingdom-based music?
Right now, man, I'm actually currently working on a new project called Clotilde that we looking to release the first quarter of 2017. And I'm just working, man, just getting all my ducks lined up. I'm supposed to be meeting up with some people from a marketing team sometime this week or next week. So we just getting the game plan together, because we understand that we live in a visual culture, that people tend to hear with their eyes. So we want to make sure that when we present this campaign that we're doing, that it's going to captivate and actually arrest the attention of the people that we call to. You know, problem with a lot of artists that I've seen in the past is that, you know, the message might be positive, but then the beats be boring or bland.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, you have to have you have to meet people where they are. And if a lot of people are saying, well, I just like the beat or I like the melody, then we need to work on our flow patterns. We need to get something that's gonna rattle the trunks. And so with the music that I'm putting out now, I wanted to make sure that it was a reflection from where I'm from, Mobile, Alabama. And what I did, the first thing that I did on this project was actually research the historical roots, musical roots of Mobile, Alabama. And just understanding that we have a rich heritage in blues, jazz, gospel, soul, and just incorporating all of those sounds to create a soundscape that that could complement the content and the music, so that when the people hear it, you know, they can be enlightened and empowered by it.
I like that. I like that. I like that you actually went back and did research to try
yeah.
to, you know, because a lot of people in Mobile, they're just trying to be what they hear or what they see.
Exactly.
So for you to actually pull out, I think that would get a lot of older people as well that are like, you know, oh, I remember this, or this sounds like, you know. So that's dope. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
We are UberTex, mobile device repair solutions made simple. UberTex is a trusted brand that not only benefits consumers but also our techs. We provide a web platform that connects mobile device repair technicians with consumers who need their mobile device repaired. Our brand represents convenience, price, and quality service in a safe manner.
Yeah, Uber everywhere, free rolls in my cups. Yeah, by Uber everywhere, free.
So with you being a gospel artist, a lot of times within religion, they look at hair, and it's like your hair could represent something that you are not. So what does, what kind of, I guess, what kind of things have you heard about your hair? Are you your hair? Because India already tells us, you know.
You know, you got to deal with the religious-minded people that tend to have a problem with this right here. But I just love who I am, and this is my God-given hair. This is how He made me, you know. And I really like to use myself, you know, as a platform to shatter perspectives, because you have a lot of people that tend to judge a book by its cover, but then when they actually see, you know, what's in you get released. You know, I done had from old traditional religious people to prejudiced white men come up to me and just shake my hand and apologize, you know, after they see the display, you know, after they see, you know, me in my element. And, you know, that's been very rewarding and fulfilling, you know. Dealing with this business and music, regardless, you're gonna have to have thick skin, you know.
Yeah. Just
regardless of whatever decision you're gonna make in life, everybody ain't gonna be on board with it. So you just gotta do you and keep moving forward. And that's one lesson that I hope that can resonate through me just continuing to wear my hair. You know, I'm not trying to be put in no type of box or no have people try to pigeonhole me to look and act a certain way, because once I allow their image to build me up, then I'm susceptible to allow them to destroy me. You know what I'm saying? So I got to do me regardless.
I really wish more artists had that mindset.
Oh, yeah.
That's like, you know, because that'll take you far alone. Just that mindset, because it shows that I'm me and this is who you're gonna get.
Exactly.
And I
Point
don't really
blank period.
care.
If you don't like it, change station. For real.
I like that. That's dope. So you did go back and do your research about Mobile, where music started, what influences music had here. So how do you see yourself in the city, like with your music? How are you received by the city with your music?
Man, I've been, you know, getting mad love considering that we live in a crab in the bucket mentality city, you know. And one thing that I do want to say as a commercial to answering your question is, you know, you have a lot of people that say, we live in a crab in the bucket city, you know, but nobody ever stopped to think about who created the bucket, who created the barrel. You know, that's not a crab's natural habitat. You know, so if we really start asking the right questions, then it can start leading us down to getting some true solutions that can, you know, organically change the mindsets of the people. But, you know, just dealing with that, man, I've been getting a lot of love, you know, get a lot of shade, a lot of hate, you know what I'm saying? Still some shade and some hate in some circles. But majority, man, when I'm going out and I'm performing or, you know, I'm selling my music, you know, I always get a good reception. I believe the only time I probably had a bad reception was I got invited to this old traditional church. It was supposed to be a youth day, but I think the youngest person was probably 4 to 5. And they just looked at me like I was farting on the mic. But it was all good, man. I love the opportunities that God has put me in because it keeps me humble, you know, because you can start performing at all these different shows and get all these different looks and people treating you as if you're a celebrity or if you're bigger than who you actually are. And subconsciously, you can start, you know, just receiving it and then it stop going to your heart and start going to your head. So I just thank God that I've also had opportunities to get in front of crowds that I had to work and they had to kind of build me up as a man, you know, and used it as a test. But, you know, even from the musical scene, you know, I get love from all the other artists. I haven't had the opportunity to meet a lot of artists that I do want to meet. And hopefully, you know, when I do get an opportunity to interact with someone, especially the ones that's doing music that's really poisoning our generation, then hopefully just our interaction and we building relationally, they can get inspired to kind of shift their content as well.
I like that. I do think we need a shift in content because a lot of the stuff that's going on in America, in Mobile today, it's not so much the music is doing it, but the music isn't helping.
Exactly.
So how do you feel about the music scene versus what's going on today, just here and nationally?
Man, we really, I hate to say this word, but it's kind of like we in a war, you know, as a people. And one of the two main proponents that's sustaining this war is, I would say, fear. Fear is playing a major role in this. And also, I don't want to use the word hate, because I feel like fear already kind of handles that department. But I would even say insecurity or ignorance. I use ignorance, you know, because we dealing with this false concept, this social concept called race, which I never bought into that ideology. I feel like it's only one race, the human race. But I do understand, and when I tell people that, you know, they try to make it seem like I'm, you know, hating myself. And again, we already had the conversation about my hair, you know, and that's not going to say, you know, I ain't proud to be black or this or that, but it's transcending, you know, the thought level of the average person and just understanding history, understanding there was a man that came up with the concept of race, and just understanding the war tactic of divide and conquer. And I'm seeing a lot of stuff that we should be paying attention to as a people, and a lot of stuff that's going on behind the scenes. We're being distracted because we're constantly being seen, all the things that's going on with the police brutality and things of that nature. And I even put on social media the other day that social media is becoming like a theater where we premiere our own snuff films. And I don't think people really understand the psychological effect it can have when you constantly seeing people die in real time that look like you, like that's gonna instill the fear. And so when you actually go out there and you may run into a police officer or you getting pulled over, now you're having all these scenes and episodes replaying in your mind, and you're like, man, this might can happen to me. And so you might react emotionally when there was no need for you to react. And the same thing goes for the police officer. You know, under the badge, that's a heart. Under this complexion and skin, it's a heart. So I think if we just really, even going back to the music, if we have music that could provide hope and healing, it'll just help aid the process for us to get beyond where we are right now. Problem is, and the good thing about the music that I'm doing is, this is not music that you just listen to. This is music that actually listens back. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a hug. You know what I'm saying? So, this type of music that we need, and don't get me wrong, I'm not sugarcoating anything with my music, with my content. I'm putting everything out there because for so long we've been allowing things to be swept under the rug, especially in the church. You still have racism and discrimination and prejudice spirits that's operating in the church. And let's just keep it real. We actually live in one of the top 10 states of racism, one of the top 10 racist states in America. So, it's kind of hard pressed to find somebody that's not dealt with this. I think it's just on everybody's radar now because we have access to technology and we're all seeing it and we all have a public forum where we can see each other, how we responding to it. And it just feeds the energy. And so it's good to be conscious, to be aware of what's going on, but at the same time, you got to have the wisdom to know how to balance it. Say, all right, I can't overconsume myself with it, because I end up wanting to go outside and slap somebody that's white, so we just got to be very wise about how we move forward, and the thing about it is, even with myself is, I've, as a young black man in Alabama, I've experienced this before. There was a such thing as an iPhone or Facebook. I grew up seeing racism, experiencing racism all my life. But now I didn't allow it to poison my heart, but rather use my life as a catalyst for change. And hopefully, if I'm not that person, then I can inspire the person who will usher in the change that we need, in this nation.
I absolutely love that. I tell people all the time, we need young people that look like the students that we're bringing up today. We need those young people in front of those students, just so you can be a mentor on a different level, because you don't really know the impact you're having on that child until it's too late. So I like that. I respect that you just said that.
I'm actually mentoring over there at LaFleur now, which is actually high school that I came from. So I'm seeing how God just turn everything around in full circle. And I actually was having a conversation with one of the other mentors, and he was looking at how I was dressed. I said, man, you kind of dressed down today, because I had tennis shoes and stuff on. And he said, I don't know why I put this on. And he, trying to look corporate. And I said, man, we not here to impress no investors or, somebody that's a banker or nothing like that. These are kids, kids in an inner city school that's a part of hip hop culture. Be yourself. Because that's what I'm gonna do, and that's what we understand that's gonna resonate. I know that's what resonated with me when somebody came and they looked like me. They demeanor was similar to mine, but at the same time, they were using this, and they were also trying to put us on game and drop jewels to kind of uplift us. I believe those same type of leaders, they need to rise up.
Where y'all been?
Working.
Working on what?
People with purpose. Let's talk. Exclusive content, exclusive articles.
Where can we find this exclusive content?
It's everywhere. Our website, projectazalea.com, Facebook, YouTube. We even have our own app.
price tags, toe tags, to hashtags. Can anybody here relate? Our ideas were just scenes and dreams, just rehearsing the obstacles fear created. Came to a fork in the road, got pulled over by the Jakes. Told them I'm fed up, still ran my plays. They spoon-fed us filth. The media stirred a pot, calling the kettle black, yeah, who led us here? See, the picture ain't always what they paint. The media got you thinking it is what it ain't. They don't want us to see how the law instigate institutions that manhandle how our culture integrate. When we scream racism, got more to do than skin. See, this racism structured through the rich man pen. Study the patterns and how they fasten together by the same thread that attaches the fabric of our society, woven within the values and the laws enacted, paraded through procedures and tactics. Peep their reaction, like racism old-fashioned. Well, when it show up to my front porch, it's still in the plastic. You think this our theatrics? We tellin', we ain't asking this passive, occupationally active. See, we've been employed to practice discrimination. Schools funded through property taxes. See, they use classist ideas to decide who our class is. But what happens when poverty multi-generational? Let's meditate. It's less finances to provide resources to educate. Distance suburbs from the ghetto. See, they purposely segregate via district, which suffocate the opportunity to elevate. Then shut our projects and schools down. Sell them to white developers to increase the property value. See how they level us? Criminalize our image through media. See how they devil us? Same time exploit our culture. See how they treasure us? Look how they frame us, enabling y'all to frame the struggles of our community as personal flaws to blame us. Trying to attach us to where the murder popped. I'm guessing so they can mask over 400 years of documented oppression, of the torture, rape, murder of people of color. But we labeled as being violent and blaming each other. Talking about black on black crime, undermining our own crisis. So should we stop American on American crime before we deal with ISIS? Oh, that just only work on blacks. I see the coward in you, and it hurt, because God allowed me to see the power in you. Y'all pretend like everything's sweet, but I see the sour in you. Talking about, hey, I-O-U-Y, I see the vow in you. Ain't no reparations. You think I'm going to give up the promised land for 40 acres? See, the difference between me is I know who we are as a nation. I know our heritage was stolen. Negro ain't nothing but Jew misspelled. This world need an awakening. We living in hell. Oh, I get it. I understand fully. A black man can't take a knee, but he can take a bullet. Pulling the trigger don't make him a killer long as the one with the badge pull it. But we ain't on the same page. But just look at who doing the booking. Explain. How we gonna see justice in court when the ones that commit the crime write the report? And the fact that believers even debating on when to shoot. It's a reason Adam and Eve ain't think they were naked before they bit the fruit. Think about it.